to Beast Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint various things and sculpt things and pastel. I do a lot of different kinds of art. If you like art, you like you know, making things, pretty things, this is probably a place for you to hang out. We do all sorts of fun stuff. A lot of miniature painting. I like painting small things. I love small things in general. I don't know why. I've always had a fascination with them, but it is true. I do. I'm trying to set myself up so we can watch ourselves on the. I found that if I watch myself on YouTube while YouTube is rolling, that it gets it moving more, which is awesome. Thanks for all the likes, and thank you. That would be my mother there saying hello and talking about the Amazing Joker. So thank you there. Interesting week so far. Everything's been wild in the world, as not the way we would hope it be, but you know, it is what it is. Hope everybody's having a great week. It is Thursday. Yes. Yes, it's Thursday. So we're gonna get rocking and rolling on the Joker here. I'm gonna get him finished today. I did go ahead and do some Zenithal work on Harley. She's gonna be fun too, and all her parts come off. So I tried to kind of match what it was doing, but still give us plenty of room to really play with what's going on. But she should be a lot of fun. We'll go on to her next after we get done with the Joker. But we'll also start conducting some more repairs. We still have to finish repairing Two-Face and Catwoman, and I haven't printed off the rest of Penguin yet, so we've got to do that. So we got that going for us. So lots of exciting things to going on this week. Trying to get through these DC guys. The sooner I get through this first round, the better. I'm probably gonna do like multiple rounds of these. You know, just have them done, and that way people can buy them if they want. You know, the last time we went we made money on the show, so. Oh shit. Just knocking stuff around. So bucket of Mod Podge. Luckily that lid was on there pretty secure, and it's actually sitting on its butt. It just like fell right on it's sitting. That's pretty amazing. Okay. What a day. What a day. So the market looked like it was on fire today. Oh, there goes his flower. For those of you who watched that, oh yeah, it's going back down again. Back down a whole percent. It's been teetering around like 50% and like a 0.5% and 1.5% all morning. And crazy work. If you follow the markets. If you don't, that's okay too. Okay, so I do need to add a color here. Oh yeah. I also started working on this. We'll look at this later, but I'm doing a pastel of Miss Kristen. So that's going to be awesome. What is that? Yellow. Color. We're going to want that. I should have looked for this before we got started today, but I totally did not, because I'm a slacker sometimes. And of course, now I'm not going to be able to find the damn color I want. Oh well. We'll get to it. When we mess with the teeth, we'll need it. So we're not terribly in trouble yet. Might not even get to the teeth today. What the hell did I do with it though? So I'm really like using Naples yellow for that. We could always use a little bit of a white. And then fade it out ourselves a little bit. But I do want to do his pinstripes for sure. That's weird. It's like one of my favorite paints, and I don't know what the hell it is. It's usually in that box. Probably fall on the floor. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of a just a lighter color on for a pinstripe here. I'm going to pull out, hey, it's Sir McBeardsly. Pull out our thinnest of thin brushes. And this is my real deal Kolinsky. Kolinsky sables are a really nice sable brush. They make out of a certain type of animal, and they're banned in the US. So before we do the final cover of paint on this, I'm gonna come through. Oh, let me get down here. I got too close to my face. Now I gotta get it readjusted so I can see what I'm doing better. That's the unfortunate side about painting live, is that you can't, you've got to get it to where the camera can see it, but you've also got to try and stay where you can see it. And it becomes extraordinarily difficult. Which is kind of, honestly, kind of part of the fun, really. It's very challenging to still. I'm just going to adjust the camera. There we go. Really about putting the right amount of pressure, keeping the pressure consistent. So I probably won't do all these on camera. I'm going to do a few of them and kind of show you how to do this a little bit, but this will get super tedious and nobody's going to want to watch this forever. So I'll put, see, I did two rounds there, or 2 lines, and now I'm going to come back through and I'm going to trim it up. Make sure my lines stay crisp, right? Gives you a chance to kind of fix any of your little errors as you're going. And you definitely need a super fine brush. You cannot do this without a good brush. Well, I suppose you could if you taped it properly. Holy moly, that sounds like a lot. And I suppose you could probably do this with a wash in a way. But it won't turn out quite like this. The only way you're going to get a real good pinstripe is by actually putting the dang thing in there. And the good thing about this is that like pinstripes on suits are so minuscule and hard to see in general. As long as you go back and clean it up, a little offness is okay. You just want to try to get the lines as crisp as possible. and then everybody's brains will make up the rest. But these big errors like that one, you take that, you start taking those big errors out, and it starts to look like you were absolutely perfect. And that's just kind of how these tricks go. You know, in the end, the color of the suit was going to be this dark purple all along, but we layered it properly and did these little deals properly so that we could pinstripe out this suit and really take this piece to that next level. So that's kind of fun, right? All right. So we got that done. I also kind of want to come in here. Do just a little bit more work on this shirt. Again, I'm not going to do this whole thing on camera, but I'm going to finish this guy out today. But I'm definitely gonna show you guys kind of some of the little processes that I would go through, just so you know what you should be doing to finish it to the point it's gonna be when it's done. Because we might have close to an hour worth of work here, maybe a little bit more if I wasn't on the live. But on the live, it can take a little bit longer. Because I gotta slow down and kind of think about how to explain what I'm doing, which is kind of weird, but kind of cool too. You know, kind of the fun part about it. And I think I actually get better explaining what I'm doing all the time, which is kind of the goal, right? If we want to make a show where we're teaching people to paint, we want to be better at talking about it. And I've tinkered with the idea of changing this format so many times. I keep coming right back to it. So I think we're just going to keep our live format and then post our other stuff. We're just going to be us. I'm not going to worry about how I'm putting stuff together anymore. I'm just going to do it. I've been talking about that all new year. New year, new channel, new us, I guess. Same old us, but also the new us. So yeah, we'll be back to, for those of you who may be wondering where our comics went. Oh man, I still haven't figured that Twitch thing out, man. I'm working on it though. I gotta figure out how to get my multi-output dock to actually plug into Twitch, my Twitch channel, to initiate the stream itself. But I actually might have to go and redo my entire OBS system thing to get it to where we're running Twitch on top, and then we're streaming to YouTube on the side. I don't know, man. It is definitely not my wheelhouse. I'm not good with the computers. I really have been. I can make them do the basic things I need them to do, but I've never really been all that fascinated in it. So I didn't really learn it like a lot of my friends did. And unfortunately, a lot of those friends are gone. That's one of the other things about getting old, man. Your friends die on you. It's crazy stuff. And you can see here all the layers of color really building up on us. Right. It's somewhere I'm not getting the right code. Somehow I'm not putting in one of these two things that it needs correctly. I'm positive it's me. I'm positive I just need to figure out how to do it. So it's like a, you know, it's a process. It's all right. I'll get there. We'll get there eventually. I'm not in any huge rush. So it's great. That's one of the best parts about the way this art thing is working out, is that it slowly builds on itself. It's not fast, but man, there's some foundation there. We've got a solid foundation. Just gonna do another little quick layer of that phthalo. Really want to try and make sure we're focusing on getting the color to even out. We also want to be mindful of where of highlights and shadows. Again, I won't do all this again, but we'll, because that shirt's probably gonna need one more layer of yellow. I don't know. We'll come back. But I'll probably do that. Again, I'll probably do that part off camera. Just because it's just tedious, you know. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Here, I'm just using those crevices, and I smoothed out the paint the first round, right? You know, made sure we kind of got all the colors kind of smoothed out. Right? I'm going to come back through in any of these deeper recesses. I'm just going to add a little extra to it. Now that doesn't seem like much, but when it finishes drying, it will be a lot. And if you wanted to, you could increase that highlight too. You could always, you know, take a little bit of white to the tops of these. The great thing about a little bit of white in a situation like this is a lot of that is going to fade down. And anything that doesn't, we could always come back and throw a little bit more phthalo on top of it if we felt like it got away from us too much or whatever. But a lot of times, because the pigment in white is not a very intense pigment, it's gonna fade, and when it finishes fading, it'll look great. Just be mindful of where your light sources are and stuff like that. Think about what you're doing. get it a little too white. Let's just kind of come back. Fade that in, right? We're in control. Alright. Woo! 24 minutes and God, my nose is itching like crazy. Allergies been nuts all day today. Since I woke up. My face was just running. Alright. So we're going to kind of do the same thing down here too, right? Add just a little bit of an edge. Nuka orange and Nuka cherry. Nice. That's fun. Man, my kids definitely enjoyed them. I think I got to try them at least, but my kids definitely went all out on the Nuka Cola gift. It was pretty funny. They had a good time. Again, we're just trying to catch a little bit of the highlights here. Just that little bit of extra highlighting really is going to help that stuff stand out. Just pow, right? Now, let's see. We're gonna come in with a pale rose next, and we're gonna start working on this face. Oh, bike the sunset sarsaparilla. That's fun. Yeah, it was good. It was good. My kids loved the Quantum. They really liked that one. I like just a plain old cola. That'd be fun. An old classic Nuka Cola. But I'm pretty sure they don't want to compete with their regular cola. Which would make sense. I mean, if you're being objective, yeah, that would make sense. All right, let's switch over to a different brush here. And we're talking about that, getting that sickly pallor going. This brush may be too big too. We really need to just kind of brush is too big. Yeah. I don't need it quite as small as that Kalinsky, but I need it a little bigger. Now this is just kind of to show you how you would do this if you weren't going to white out his entire face, right? If we were going to make his face look fleshy, but kind of pale is what we're going to go for, and then we're going to put makeup on top of it. So I kind of want to think of any of the places where we're not going to necessarily have makeup on it, right? Particularly things like the back of his neck here. This really is important. help us also make sure we get rid of any spots where maybe we've overpainted with the green. We were doing his hair. The ears in particular, we want to make sure they've got them knocked out. Of course, this is when my dog wants to come in. She's just gonna have to wait a second. It's not cold. She'll be all right. And this would be like if you wanted to make him all flesh colored, you would do this too. You would just kind of like, just to show you a little bit, you would just kind of keep trying to grab the edges of everything, right? Tops, the highlights is what the technical term of it is. That's gonna make him wider and wider and wider. I'm gonna go let that silly dog in. Up and down and up and down. Back up again to 0.72. They're fighting. Let them fight. Alright, so you kind of get the idea with that, right? So that's a pale rose blush. So it's a lighter, fleshy kind of pink. And sometimes you'll want to come back in with just a little bit of your pale terracotta. This gets a little bit more fun. But again, we are trying to kind of blend some flesh colors together here. That's a little bit of our burnt umber back in. We can kind of keep manipulating it until we get it exactly right. So again, you make little mistakes where, like, see, I'm kind of trying to work my way into this spot right here, right? Because it doesn't look right. But I kind of need to get everything around it set up. So I keep kind of alternating between two colors, right? Well, three colors. And you can see as it blends down, it starts to look a little bit more and more smooth, plotted out. And it's going to take a lot of work to get it to look just right. So if you're a perfectionist, just be prepared that it's going to take a while. Don't get discouraged. And if you're not a perfectionist, you would have just accepted it as it was and you'd have moved on. Which is totally fine too. Nothing wrong with that. Now, okay, I kind of want to get into this makeup thing a lot, like real bad. So what I need to do first off, though, because this is kind of bothering me, make sure that these eyebrows are locked in. I don't want any like white gaps here. Even give this forehead line just a little bit more depth since we're playing around with them. Okay, now a couple different ways you could do this. So this is like this is a legit eye shadow sponge. So it's like a makeup sponge, and you could dab it like this, and we should be able to. Take a little bit of work, but we should be able to make it look like clown makeup. It's kind of started to fade a little. This is a little bit different than doing like a dry brush, but it's similar in concept. Like we're trying to get a lot of the excess off, right? And you don't have to do this on your finger. You can do this on a piece of paper, whatever you want. That doesn't matter, right? Put a little tiny sponge, and you can really kind of have some good fun with this thing. If we have to, we can come back and play with that green a little bit, but you can see why I wanted to get that locked in before we started doing this. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Well, don't worry about the lips and the teeth either. Remember, we can always come back and fix all that stuff. That's not a big deal. All right. and I'll do the other parts of his neck later. Because it's fun to see it once, but we don't need to like spend the whole show on doing flesh tats. Not when y'all came here to see this stuff. I know what people want to see. They want to see the Joker get his makeup on. And like I said, this way really lets us have more control over what's happening, right? And you could do this with a paintbrush, and it would look great. It'd look good. But it would also look like a paintbrush. You know, it would have the streaks in it. You could get it down enough eventually. But this looks fucking terrifying. It looks like makeup on top of it. And that's the idea, right? Okay. That's great. That was great. Oh man. Still got a little twinge in this shoulder. I'm honest about it. It's pretty brutal. I'm not real happy. But it's getting better. It's crazy how much longer it takes to heal things when you get older, guys. Try your best. Take care of yourselves. Now this is that Alzerian Crimson again. And we're going to drop this down. Hopefully we don't actually have to do this again, but we might. But we're going to put this on, and then we're going to do the teeth. And come back, and then we'll do another, like, actual crimson or brighter red. This is more like a maroon or darker, deeper ruby red, brick red, which looks good, but it will look better with another coat of a bright crimson. Of course, I still don't know what color I really want. And I don't know where I put it. Oh well. Okay. Do this tea. We're gonna put some white on there. We'll see what happens. It might just fade down enough for it to be okay. We'll see if this monument can handle it. If not, we'll go back and get the Klinsky. Really resisting the urge to give him a gold tooth. The bottom teeth can be fits. That's about right. And that little blip is why I didn't do the other crimson down on it yet. I just put a little bit of white on our lip there. This is that pale terracotta. I'm actually going to do that right here at the tops of this, kind of like his gums. Let me think. Coffee break. It's coffee break time. Let's go to the market. Oh, got itself up to 0.5 again. Wow. It's been a wild couple of days over here on the market, man. For real. Oh, okay. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Very thin. Raw umber here. like what we want. That's gnarly looking. Okay. Now we're going to come back with just a bit of L0 and Crimson. Fix any of those little errors and blemishes. Okay, now. Oh, that made my head. That made my heart pound. I almost threw that thing on the ground. Oh man! Where's that regular crimson? So if you're just joining us, thanks for coming. I do different types of art and stuff on the internet. All sorts of different things. I do miniatures like this, or miniature busts like this, or regular miniatures for gaming. I do pastels and sculptures and mobiles and drawings. We're writing a comic book. We got a lot of stuff going on around this channel, so definitely come check us out. Give us a like, give us subscribes. All the fun stuff that everybody is supposed to say when they have these channels. All the platitudes and all the gratitudes. Now this is almost going to be imperceptible probably in that camera. But this brighter crimson is really going to stand out in person. Well, I think you can tell on the camera. I think you can tell. Just right there. I'm quite happy with this. Powder his nose a little more. Alright, now, okay. Now we gotta calm down and relax. We're getting ready to do these eyes. And this is gonna be fun and difficult and good stuff. So color eye color. I don't know that the Joker has like an eye color. I guess specific eye color. Take a little phthalo and a little yellow. Phthalo green, yellow. Maybe just a little bit of burnt umber in there. And a little bit more. There we go. Kind of a dirty green color. crimson right around the edge of the eyelid. Around the edge of the eye, eyelid. Now that's going to help us with this bloodshot look, what we're trying to go for. So we got our eyes marked in, and we got our bloodshot going on. Bees are out and about, enough to swarm. It's warm enough for them. Yep. Yeah, they're a pretty good guide for sure, man. The bees know. We need the Kalinsky here. There we go. We don't kill bees on my watch, not for any reason. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. They're really kind of important. It was looking a little bit Cash Patelish, so I had to adjust that eye. Okay, now let's see. I feel like he has eyeliner, right? Depends on which one you're going for. Heath Ledger did like the black around the eyes. That was classic. Seem to all kind of go with different looks. kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. Save the bees. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Pollinators are super important. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. We live on a place that, like, everything needs the pollinators to be able to do their job. And if we mess that up, we're gonna really find out how bad that is. It just seems like a folly to me, but whatever. Who am I? I'm an old artist guy. What the hell do I know? Oh yeah, that really helps frame his eyes out. That's good stuff. All right, let's do this flower real quick so we can put it down, and I'll finish the rest of this off camera, and we can move on to Harlequin. All right, so we're gonna take our crimson and drop it in the middle. Okay, so that's Alzerian crimson, and then a regular crimson line like this. Take the white, and we're just kind of blend it together. Might need to come back with that white another time, just on the edges. Give this, it's kind of hard to see it in the camera. Okay, there you go. You get kind of a two-tone, right? And if you want to do a little bit more crimson in there or something like that, you can. You can change the colors. You can do all sorts of different stuff. You can do the blue, you can do whatever. Now we're going to go with yellow here, and when that dries, what I'll actually do is I'll drop some of that burnt umber on there to get it to come down. So I'm going to do that here. I'm just going to go boom, boom. Don't really need to spend too terribly much time on this. I suppose it would probably be easier to do this glued onto him, if I'm honest. So you get the idea, but I need to finish it because I need to finish up these pinstripes before we can glue it on there. We are over our typical allotment of time. And now I'm rushing, so I'm making a lot of mistakes. And let that be a lesson to all of you. Don't get in a rush. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. It does. It looks good. It's a good look. He definitely looks freaking terrifying. like I said, you can just fix these guys. It's not a big deal if you get a little off. You just come back through with your original dark color and put it on there. Alright, alright. I'm going to put this flower on there so we can kind of... Well, I guess I better do that one last one. Yeah, right? I kind of think so too. I think he definitely makes it look more... He looks more crazy. Like, actually freaking nuts. It's not quite big enough. That's gonna be much faster. Definitely, you should have done that in the first place. I don't know what I was thinking. No, I think I'm actually going to do this a different way. Of course, now that I've gotten halfway through it, I've changed my mind completely. Well, I guess I shouldn't say completely different. Just kind of working more into the idea. White's just like this. Like, you kind of have to go over white a million times to get it to actually look like white. That's why a lot of people put other things down behind white. And honestly, when you think about it, white's not really... White's a harder color to actually, like, find in nature. There's usually some reflection in that white or something. There's always something else in the white. It's not ever, like, 100% white. Now we're starting to get somewhere, right? All right. I'll finish up these pinstripes and get this side of his neck done. And we'll be off to the races. But definitely get to see the idea, right? Looking absolutely ridiculous. Fantastic. Fantastic. Looking great. All right. So, tomorrow... So tomorrow we'll be back, another round of entertainment for those of you who enjoy this sort of thing. So come on, check us out. It's good times. I try to, I try to show neat techniques and fun things to paint, stuff like that. Yeah. Glad all my experiments worked out today. That was nice. They don't always work out, so it's nice. The powder coat really did look good. Yeah. You guys are awesome. Thanks for stopping by. If you watch this video all the way to the end, give us a comment or a thumbs up or something down there to help us out. And be mindful of the bees. Watch for the bees. Damn it. They need our help. The bees are important. Save the bees. You guys are awesome. Be good to yourselves. Be good to other people. Be good to people who don't know. Be good to bees. We're going to talk to you later.